Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the On This Date in MLB podcast. This is episode 8. I'm Ricky, and that's Kevin right there. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good, brother. How are you doing today?
Good, bro. I'm ready for playoffs. It's crazy how quick the season flew by us. It feels like it gets quicker and quicker as we get older.
Yeah, man. It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah, man. So today we're gonna just do some quick reactions, and then we're gonna jump into the playoff picture. We'll give our predictions, and we'll just kind of dive into the bracket that we have at hand now because everything is set. We're recording this Wednesday, October 5th, 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific, just so whoever, if you're watching from somewhere else, that's the time we're recording at. So let's start off with the reactions. We're gonna do just 3 of them, and we'll go from there. So you want to kick it off, bro?
Yeah, so the first one, like you said, we mentioned we're only doing 3 this week. The first one we got, this is from September 26, 2009. And
Mm-hmm.
this is Ichiro getting ejected in Toronto. His only ejection of his career. Let me know when you're ready, bro.
I'm ready, bro.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Rung him up on
Yeah,
0-2.
they don't like when they draw the lines, huh?
So that's the only reason he ejected him, right? Because it didn't look like Ichiro said anything to him.
No, yeah, I think it's just the fact that he drew the line. And
But I didn't like the way the umpire kind of stepped him down, kind of like try to walking him down like that.
yeah, bro, like that's Ichiro. What are you doing, bro? Have some respect.
Exactly. So that angle, I guess you could kind of justify what the umpire was thinking. But this overhead angle, look
Not
at that.
that angle.
So
Yeah, that angle.
that ball's
Yeah,
outside, bro. And
yeah,
then look where he draws the line. That's right where the ball crossed.
bro. But like, what happened? What like I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we uploaded a video where Earl Weaver was getting into it with another umpire,
Yes, yes,
and they
yes.
were just jawing back and forth. Yeah, he tossed him, but they were just jawing back and forth, bro. And that dialogue is pretty incredible. It's intense too. And like now, like well, you fast forward to 2009 when this happened, and you draw a line, and that's enough to burst
Exactly.
their
So
bubble.
that's what I was gonna say. Like I kind of miss how the umpires used to they used to let you go back and forth with them, like actually
Mm-hmm.
have a dialogue with him, like you just explained. So that's why, like, I know you can argue balls and strikes or whatever. There's certain things you can argue, right? But all he did was draw a line on the ground, and honestly, he was right. And it was his third at bat of the day. It was the fifth inning, and he did go for 3, dropping his average to 353. So
Oh,
he was hitting 353 at that point, bro. So come on, like Ichiro has a
that's a good eye.
pretty good judgment of the strike zone, right?
Yeah. Well, just to add on to that, that month in September, he only struck out 16 times. So I mean, that's very low, bro. And just real quick, 26 games, 111 at bats, 14 runs, 35 hits. So that's over 10 hits. That's like what 1.5 hit per day type shit. However, those
Yeah.
averages work out. He got hit by pitches
Wow.
twice. But yeah, only
He only
16
struck out
Ks, bro. 16,
he
16
only struck
times,
out
bro. Yes, sir.
71 times the whole year. So
Oh, that's a good number. I didn't even see that one.
that's almost
Um,
10. That's almost like 10, a little over 10 a month, bro.
yeah.
That's not
And
bad at all.
just to add on to how great this man was, 27 game hit streak that year, which is another like jawing fact, bro. You don't see that shit anymore, bro. Like these guys
No.
do not string hits together like that anymore. His longest on base streak with that year was 43 games. Um, and surprisingly enough, most games without a home run was only 33. So you'd think he'd go a little, it'd be a little bit of a wider gap, but he posted some
Yeah.
power too,
It felt like he could go deep whenever he wanted to, Like
Yeah.
he kind of put the ball wherever he wanted to.
Yeah.
And a little more stats from 2001. He had 225 hits, led all of baseball for the 4th year in a row. He would actually do it 5 years in a row.
And just real
Three.
quick, sorry, brother, but
Go ahead.
2009, right? You said 2001.
Oh, yeah, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
just in case somebody
2009,
catches that. Yeah,
2009.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
my
So
bad,
go
bro.
ahead.
I don't know why I said 2001.
No, you're
Uh,
good. So led the league for the fourth
he
straight year.
yeah, 4 straight
Uh,
year. He actually do it 5 straight years. In 2010. Finished the year hitting 352. One another stat that I thought was interesting. He had 32 walks that year,
mm-hmm.
and 15 were intentional walks, and he actually led the American League with 15 intentional walks.
Wow. Oh,
A leadoff
that's a
hitter.
gem.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah, like
pretty
you're
good
gonna
nugget,
start the
right?
game like that, bro. That's kind of a bad vibe
Yeah.
for the other team, you know. And just to add real quick, bro, those 5 seasons that you said he led the league in hits, he totaled 1,114 hits in that short span. So yeah, I mean,
You just don't see that anymore. I know, like where the game is headed with the launch angle and all that stuff, but there's something to be said for somebody who can hit 300 and not only do that, but just consistently over his whole career, right?
yeah.
And
And
so
go
go
ahead.
ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say that it was his only ejection in 2,653 games that he played in the major leagues, and that's not including the 9 years that he spent in Japan, bro.
No way.
So
That's good
yeah,
digging right there. Um,
that's at
Japan.
least another.
So Japan, how many? Do you have that number? What happened in Japan?
It's No, it's I just have 9 seasons, so
Okay.
it's got to be at least another a thousand something games over there that he played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the home plate umpire, of course, I had to look up his name, Brian Runge. Brian
Yeah.
Rung. I'm not sure how you say that, but he debuted in 1999, so he wasn't a rookie. Like I feel like some of these newer umpires don't let the back and forth dialogue go with the managers. They just don't want to hear anything at all. So they're
Yeah. No, yeah.
quick to throw the hook.
Yeah, it's crazy,
But
bro, because
this guy wasn't a new guy, so that's really I was really shocked by what he did.
yeah, it's wild, bro, because I would say like maybe 6, 7 years ago, I was at a sports bar with Big Dave. Big Dave is one of our friends, but he knows who he is. Kevin does.
Yeah,
We all have the same friend group. Anyway, we were at this bar and we saw Joe West, and
that's right.
it was a pretty surreal moment. So we walked up to him or whatever, and we started talking to him. And shortly after, Rob Drake and Gabe Morales showed up, and I didn't recognize them, but Gabe Morales had just started as an ump,
Right.
and he's like one of the least liked umpires from kind of what you gauge around the season. But bro, he was so cool. All of them were cool in person, bro. They were
That's
fucking
what's
great
up.
people,
That's
and
what's
it
up.
was honestly one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I don't know what happens, bro. Like what happens on the field for them to like kind of like strike a nerve, and no, maybe they don't want to feel like they're pushy, or
That's what I just wanted. That's what exactly what I was thinking to myself. They don't want like somebody to think they can just walk over him, So they want to
mm-hmm.
assert their power on the field, but there has to be some kind of middle ground, some kind of balance.
Yeah. And
Uh,
all those stats that we talked about, the reason we brought that up is because Ichiro knows the strike zone. It's just
which
leave it at
leads
that.
which leads to my next comment, bro. So the comments were popping on this one on the
Yeah, they
IG
were.
post.
Uh-huh.
The one that popped out to me the most was Motormouth 1214. He said, "If Ichiro says it's a ball, it's a ball."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. That one was funny. As soon as I saw it, I pinned it, bro, because everybody has to
yeah,
see that one. Shit had me
exactly.
dying.
And
Um,
that's all I got on that one, bro.
cool, brother. Shout out Ichiro, man. One of the greatest players of our generation. One of the,
Yes, sir.
cross cultural icon.
Yes,
We
sir.
got to see him play many times. So yeah. Let's get into the next
Actually,
one. Oh yeah, go ahead.
just real quick, the first baseball game that I ever went to was a Mariners Angels game here in Anaheim. And
Okay.
Ichiro, it was during that 2001, his rookie year, bro. That was the first live baseball game I ever went to.
Oh
So
man,
yeah,
that's a good memory then.
Ichiro will always be a all-time goat.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Um, so with that all that said, we're gonna jump into the second one, and this is Evan Longoria's iconic home run. It happened September 28th, 2011. I remember this moment very vividly. It was one of the great moments in baseball history, and just to kind of where the Rays were going, like they were finally emerging as a legitimate threat, you know, in the
A
playoffs. They were,
perennial contender, bro. Every year
yeah.
they start
And if
becoming
I'm
good.
not mistaken, bro, they made the World Series in '08, huh? '08 or
Yes,
yeah,
they
'08.
lost. They lost to the Phillies in '08. Yes,
Okay,
sir. Because the
yeah,
Phillies went back to back '08, '09.
okay, okay, yeah, '08. Yeah, but yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking. It's a game between the Rays and the Yankees, bottom of the 12th. And he hits a shot to take them to the postseason. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah, ready, bro.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's all. And that's Scott Proctor,
Line
right?
drive, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
that ball
that
barely got off the ground, bro.
that's exactly what I was gonna say, bro. It was on such a straight line. It didn't even
I
look like it was
I
gonna get out.
I think that was I don't remember this correctly. I should have looked it up, but I think that ball was only a home run in that park, huh?
Well, yeah,
Like
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Imagine the excitement, bro. Like to hit a
To
home
send
run that
them
leads
to
you.
send them to the postseason, and it was the last day of the season.
They're
It was
sending
the
that
last
room
day of the
up
season,
quick.
bro. That was one of the most exciting last day of the postseason because they had so many implications, the games. And I
Hmm.
like how they started all the games at the same time. For example,
Yeah.
today all the games started right around the same time, but the postseason is already decided, so it doesn't really have the same
Yeah.
kind of weight.
Yeah.
So this day was really special.
That
And
and
go
real
ahead.
quick, just to add on to that point before you go on, that's for sure got to give credit to the people over there in MLB because if there wasn't a strike, they also make it so that the game ends on a Sunday, so
Yeah,
everybody's like kind of home, and they have a chance to see all the excitement. But yeah, go ahead.
that's true. So he was 2 for 5 on the day. He actually had 2 home runs, 4 RBI and 2 walks. So he was just on base all day.
Mm.
The Rays were down 7-0 going into the bottom of the eighth, and they needed to win. Well, they were tied with Boston, right? I think they were tied with Boston for the wild card
Hmm.
spot.
Yeah,
So
and
it
they had to
was
lose to Baltimore. Boston did.
yeah. So I think if they both won, they would have gone to game 163, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So they were down 7-0 going into the eighth inning, dude. So they're pretty much, they're staring their season is about to end. So they score 6 runs in the eighth, and then a tying solo home run in the ninth, down to their last strike, bro, by Dan Johnson. That
Dan
was that was
Johnson.
his second home run of the season. He played in 31 games and had 10 hits that year, bro. 10 hits.
Wow.
So
Only, only
the
baseball,
baseball
bro.
gods, bro. The baseball
Yeah,
gods, like you can't
they
you
put
can't
their
write
hand in that one.
you can't script it, bro.
Fuck no.
And the Yankees, I'm not sure why they did this, but I guess it was a bullpen game. They used 11 pitchers that day.
Mm.
Uh, they their opener went like an inning, I think, and yeah, it was a weird game. The Rays used 8 pitchers. Their bullpen threw up a bunch of zeros, and like we mentioned, the Red Sox were tied with them. The Red Sox actually began September in first place in the AL East, but they went 7-20 down the stretch
That collapse was
for a
nuts.
pretty epic collapse on their
Yeah.
part. And they were actually winning in their game against the Orioles. Papelbon blew a save with 2 outs in the ninth against the last place Orioles, bro.
Like, bro, you
Like
can't write this
that's
shit,
why I
bro.
love baseball, bro. Like you can't write it, bro. And
You can't.
like I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before to you, but like baseball is the only sport where you can't run out the clock, right? Like
Hmm.
you just have to play, bro. You just have to
Yeah.
get the 27 outs. There's
Yeah.
there's nowhere for you to hide. So
Yeah.
baseball is just weird that way. And so that span from when Longoria, there was a rain delay in the Baltimore Red Sox game,
Mm.
and this game went to extra innings. That's why they played 12 innings, right? So the games kind of ended around the same time, and it was an 8 minute span from the time the Red Sox lost and Longoria hit the home run. All of 8 minutes, bro.
That's a good little digging right there, bro. I didn't know it was it happened so quick. I'm sure back then it was mentioned, but it's down to the minute, bro. 8 minutes is nuts. And real quick,
That's
bro, just
crazy.
to give some love to Longoria because he's a little bit on the older side now. He's 36. And some younger people may not know who he was, but he was that guy, bro. He was that guy. He was one of
For the Rays, hell yeah. For the Rays,
he was the face.
I would say he's the face of that franchise, right?
Yeah. So he debuted in 2008. He so from 2008 to 2011, he played in 563 games, 2,414 plate appearances, 341 runs, 573 hits, 147 doubles, 113 home runs, 401 RBI, 874 OPS, and a 136 OPS plus. So he was up there, man, one of the best players in the league. And in that span, he was also a 3-time All-Star and a consistent Gold Glover. So he I don't think he gets a lot of credit, bro. He deserves a lot more credit, Longoria.
I don't think so either. You're right, and he was a stud.
Mm-hmm. But real quick too, just to talk about the Rays, they finished second. Obviously, we just spoke about that 91-71 record. They lost in the division series to the Rangers. The 11 was that season. The Rangers had that postseason, the World Series with Nelson Cruz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the ball to right field. Yeah.
Joe Madden was their manager.
They went back to back, right? The Rangers
did? Bro, that's
back to back World Series.
Heartbreaking, bro. Because you think that second time you go back, like you're like, yeah, we got to do it this time, bro. But I mean, the sport is unforgiving. Their manager was Joe Madden, general manager Andrew Friedman. They played at Tropicana Field. Some of their faces, Ben Zobrist, who led that year with the 7.6 WAR. Longoria 7.2 right behind him. Scott Shields, bro. Jeremy Hellickson, BJ Upton, a young David Price. Johnny Damon was on that squad.
Johnny Damon was on that team. When did Carl Crawford leave?
Crawford? Ooh, I don't think he was on this roster, bro.
Was he part of that? Was he part of that 08 World Series?
Yeah,
team?
For sure he was. I remember playing with him, using him in 2K, MLB 2K.
Oh yeah,
I believe,
that 2K. That's right.
And how about this name, bro? Desmond Jennings. Remember that?
As center fielder, yeah, he was a fast.
Matt Joyce, Sam Fuld.
Sam Fuld, I remember Sam Fuld flying all over the field, bro, making catches left and right.
Yeah, those names are nuts.
That was a good race team, man.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like ever since they took off, they just been consistently good ever since then, right?
They know what they're doing for sure, bro. And that front office, they got some smart people out there, bro. They know how to put together baseball teams.
And they got one of the lowest payrolls in all of the game, right?
Bro, so and the funny thing is that
definitely something to be said.
Yeah, and talking about payroll, they don't care about their players walking, bro. They'll let them walk. They'll let them walk, bro. It's funny. It's not funny, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Let's take us into the next one, bro.
All right, the last one is going to be the last one we're featuring for the week, and this is a Willie Mays catch.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise just known as the catch. This is from Game 1 of the 1954 World Series, and it happened on September 29th. Okay. Let me know when you're ready, bro.
Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
That's Polo Grounds, right?
Yeah. We'll get into the dimensions right now, bro. But that was just a shot off the bat of Vic Wertz.
That's just insane, bro. The route.
I don't think people, especially people who don't play baseball, they don't understand how difficult of a catch this is. The ball hits straight over your head.
And he's running toward the wall, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
I'd be thinking about the wall the whole time.
Hell yeah. And he catches the ball like right on the warning track.
Yeah.
And without even hesitating, just turns and chucks the ball to second, bro. So there was a runner on first and second, and the runner on second was actually able to tag up because he got a pretty good read. He was gonna be able to make the catch. But I think this one of the greatest defense plays made, especially when you take in consideration the situation of the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So the dimensions to Polo Ground to dead center was 483, bro. The wall. So how far do you think that ball went? Like 470? That should be a home run, right?
Bro.
It's
You know
dirty,
that
bro. How you hit a ball that hard, that far, and you get nothing for it?
well, I had the name of the batter here, bro. Um, something Wits or Wets. Let me get his name.
Words,
Yeah, there you go.
big words, big words.
Um, yeah, bro. Like he was mad because down the line it's 258, and you hit it to the
Oh no way! It was
deepest part.
258 down the line.
Yeah, bro. Like those dimensions were nuts. I don't know if you've ever played it on MLB The Show, but
No,
like it's
never,
like
bro.
down the line, bro. It's nuts, bro. Like
I'm
it's
gonna have
right
to
there.
play. I'm gonna have to throw that thing on the TV tonight, bro, just so I
Yeah,
can get a feel for it.
yeah, yeah. Hey, you never know, bro. Maybe one day we can get something going with that game where we play against people, or something like that. Just have
There
fun
you
with
go.
the community. But real quick
Just
before you jump
one
into
one
the
one one more
okay,
thing
but
about one more thing about the distance, bro.
yeah,
So just for comparison, the deepest wall to center field right now is Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and that's
mm,
410. That's 410 feet.
wow, bro, that's a
So
huge difference.
that's another 60, 70 feet, bro. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead, bro. My bad.
you gotta eat your Wheaties that day, bro. Shit. So he had made his debut. Willie Mays made his debut in 1951, right? 48 for I don't know what it shows right here. Anyway, 53 he served in the military, so he wasn't able to play. But in 54, that was his third season, and that's when he broke out. The same season that this catch is from, when they won their World Series, his only World Series, I believe. Yeah, and he
Yep.
played in 151 games, 641 at bats, 641 plate appearances. I'm sorry, 195 hits, 33 doubles, 41 bombs, 110 RBI. Only 57 strikeouts, a 345 batting average, which led the league, a 1.078 OPS, which led the league, and a 175 OPS plus, which led the league. He won his MVP, his first
Damn.
MVP. Yeah, his first of two
He was
MVPs.
he was only 23 years old, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And from that point on, bro, he was an all-star
He
every
just
year until 1972. When until
24,
19
24
yeah.
years, bro.
No, he was
24.
an all-star for the remainder of his career, bro. I'm sorry. Until 73. Jeez, bro. That's nuts.
Wow.
He's one of those players, bro. I said it on the first episode. I
He's
would
a
love to go back.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Mount Rushmore for sure, bro.
Hop in a time machine real quick and just go check it out, bro. See how he played the
Yeah.
field.
I actually have a Willie Mays poster hanging in the living room, bro. So
Oh,
that's
that's cool.
pretty
You
cool.
gotta send me a picture of that, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. That's damn. I didn't realize he was so young.
So young, bro. And
I think that makes the catch even greater, right? Like he
yeah,
was able
bro.
to shine. I mean, he was able to perform when the lights were shining the brightest.
Yeah, bro. Just going back to you
That's
talking about the catch, like just the route, bro, that you have to take, the ability to look over your shoulder and still like gauge where the ball's gonna land,
and he
and
was in a
running
full
full speed.
sprint, bro.
Yeah, full
Running
speed.
full sprint, like
Yeah,
that's hard. That like I dare
you're
you right
running
now,
full
just go
sprint
outside
at a
and
wall,
run
bro.
full sprint, bro.
To the wall, bro. Like, bro. On top of that, the fact that he stops damn near on a dime, turns around and chucks the ball, like you said, bro. That's just
Yeah,
it's all natural talent, bro. You cannot show that to a 23-year-old, bro. That just happens. That
yeah,
just fucking happens.
unreal, man.
And then,
And just a little more on.
yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead. I was just gonna say, bro, if you look to the video to the left in that video, if the ball were a little more to the left, he would have probably ran up those stairs, bro, knowing
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Because there's a staircase right there. Probably ran up that
I
shit.
saw that. I was like, what the hell?
Oh
Yeah, weird
man,
ass
go ahead.
ballpark for sure, bro. So I read a story where he said he always played shallow throughout his
Mm,
career, or especially early in his career, because he didn't think anybody could hit the ball over his head because that's how fast he was. So and then especially on that play, he was trying to cut off the runner at the plate. So he he was playing shallow, bro. So for the fact that he made that catch is credit to him.
for sure, bro. For sure.
And that they actually ended up winning the World Series in 4 games, I want to say.
Mm.
and that Indians team won 111 games. I think the Dodgers just tied them for fourth most wins of all time in a season,
111 games is
and
nuts.
the Giants swept them in the World Series, bro. And that was like a good tone setter game one, you know.
That just goes to show.
The Giants won on a walk-off 3-run home run in the I want to say the 12th inning for some reason, or the next inning.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It just
bro.
goes to
So
show. It just goes to show that you can have the best record in baseball, but get swept in the World Series when it matters the most.
yeah,
So yeah, with that, let's wrap up the reactions with that, bro, and we'll jump into our postseason. Um, so I'll just run down the division winners and the wild cards, and then we can kind of just you want to predict, and we'll say up to the World Series, see what we got.
yeah,
All right, so I'll do the American League. I'll let you do the National League. You cool with that?
yeah.
I
Sounds
mean,
good.
as far as just naming the winners,
The
the
teams.
wild
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
for the American League with the division winners, we got the Astros in the West, the Guardians in the Central, and the Yankees in the East. For the wild cards, we have the Blue Jays, the Mariners, and the Rays. And for the National League,
Nationally, we got Dodgers coming out of the West. We got the Braves coming out of the East, and the Cardinals coming out of the Central. With
mm-hmm.
the Mets in the first wild card spot, followed by San Diego and then Philadelphia.
So let's talk about that Rays Cleveland series. Who do you have coming out of that one?
Rays Cleveland. I got Cleveland coming out of that one, man.
Me too, bro.
I
People are
think
gonna
Tampa
hate.
Bay.
They're gonna
Yeah,
think
so we
we
didn't
talked
again
about
like
this.
what we did last week with the award winners. We didn't talk about this
No, we
before
have
doing
not
this.
spoken about this shit. This is all like we're sharing our notes right now. So yeah, go ahead. I got Cleveland as well. Go ahead.
So I got Cleveland coming out of there. I really love that Cleveland team, bro. I think they're the youngest in the league. I read somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay. I kind of feel like they underperformed this year, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't have the freaking link right here. I think the Rays lost like their last 3 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you want to add anything to that while I look this
Yeah.
real
So
quick?
batting average leader for the Guardians, Quan. Home runs, Ramirez, RBI, Ramirez, OBP, Quan, and hits Rosario. So they're pretty even across the board. It's not just one guy doing everything, and I think they are going to be pesky. They're gonna come out with a chip on their shoulder, and I just think that they have that little extra flair, bro.
And I feel like they have nothing to lose, you know. Like that division was supposed to be a dogfight between the Twins and the White Sox, right?
And look at
So
them.
the Indians are 2 years ahead of schedule, so
Yeah,
they're
they're
playing
playing
with
with
house
house
money,
money.
man.
Yeah,
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 exactly, bro.
yeah.
Good
Okay.
shit.
So what's up with Toronto and Seattle? What do you got?
I got I want Seattle to win, but I got Toronto coming out of that series.
Okay, I got
What
Seattle,
about you?
bro. I got
Okay,
Seattle.
okay.
So what do you have? Give me some info on the Blue Jays.
Well, Toronto, I feel like they picked it up in September. Of course, I don't have the stat in front of me. I lost this shit, but they got the first wild card spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they finally put things together how they were supposed to be playing in the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think their run differential is gonna put them ahead against Seattle. And I don't know why I just feel like Seattle's not. I just don't feel like they're ready for the moment. Kind of like opposed to where the Indians are at.
Yeah.
I feel like Seattle's gonna crumble. I don't know for some
That's a
reason.
that's a good point, especially because Toronto has been knocking on the door the past few years. So
Exactly.
I can see that
And
happening.
and they I'm just scared of that Toronto lineup, bro. The Toronto lineup is just so
Explosive.
exactly. You know, it's kind of hard to find a hole in there, but at the same
Hmm.
time, they could show up and throw an egg on the board, right? But
Yeah.
I do have them coming out of that series.
Um, I'm just writing that whole storyline, bro. Their drought's over. I want them to go deep and see what happens. But And I'm a huge Julio Rodriguez fan. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
I like when the young players can come out like that. He's their leader in batting average. As far as home runs, it's Eugenio Suarez, if I'm not mistaken, his first name. And the leader is with RBI is Suarez again. For hits, it's Ty France. And their pitching staff, Logan Gilbert has 13 wins. He's pretty much up there with ERA as well, 3.2. Strikeouts is Robbie Ray, and they have a pretty solid bullpen. I don't know if you've looked them up, but they're called the Bomberos, and
Right,
it's a pretty
right.
intense
Yeah.
it's a pretty intense introduction, bro.
I did see that. That was pretty cool when they clinched it the other day.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that one, bro. We'll for sure keep tabs on each other. I'm rooting Mariners for that, bro. I'm hoping they kind of at least get into the second round, make their appearance worthwhile. So now let's hop back up to the Guardians and the Yankees. Who do you have between? I think that one's somewhat of a mismatch
Yeah, I
on
think the Yankees
paper.
are gonna take. Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
Yankees are gonna take that one, or at least they should.
yeah,
I feel like the Yankees is one of the teams in the postseason. You could say like you could see them winning it, and you could see them also getting bounced in the first round.
yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of like one of
And
those things.
I like this series a lot too, bro, because they do go back. Remember the Jabba Chamberlain game with the midges?
Oh yeah, I'm
And
actually
they've
I'm actually gonna post that up in an hour here. So
yeah. So they've had some historically relatively historic matchups, bro, where they're like
yeah,
fun to watch and they do kind of go at it back and forth. But yeah, I have the Yankees for that, and then bouncing back down to the Mariners, Astros. What do you have? I have the Astros, bro.
yeah, I got the Astros as well.
Yeah, so we're lining up for
Astros
Yankees,
Astros are
Astros.
just Astros are just lethal. He's lethal,
Yeah,
bro.
and since we're there already for the ALCS, Yankees, Astros, that's going to be a fun one. I'm really fully expecting them to be there.
Yes.
We're going to get them again the third time, I believe. And who do you have going to the series, bro?
So I have that series going in full 7 games. Of course, it's
Me
gonna be a
too.
dogfight, right?
Yeah.
But I think Houston is gonna repeat as the ALS as a American League champion.
Okay. Yeah. I have the Yankees, bro. I think they're going to get over the hump this year. I
Really?
think they're going to ride that storyline. And they had that issue where they were facing like a lot of downside after the All-Star break. But
Okay.
that series can go any way, bro. If it goes to 7 games, it's going to be nuts. But I do think that the Yankees are going to push over that hump this year because every time they get to the face of damn Astros, bro, like the Astros
It's
just beat them,
it's
bro.
it's funny that you mentioned that because that's kind of what kind of had factored into my decision. I
Mm-hmm.
looked into their head to head matchup, and after the All Star break, they had the 2 game series in Houston, and that's kind of like when the Yankees started going downwards, and Houston just clicked it into another into stepped it into another gear, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just feel like Houston has their number, and I honestly I think if the the Yankees had home field advantage, I would give it to Yankees. But
Mm,
just because that game 7 is going to be in Houston, I
that's a
think
good
it's going to
point.
be it's going to be like a 2-1 game 7, bro, like a down to the wire, low
Yeah,
scoring, intense
for
game.
sure, it's gonna be some
I
fun
can see
baseball,
that.
bro.
I can see that going down.
Yeah. So let's jump over to the National League and then we'll wrap this up. Phillies, Cardinals. Who do you have, bro?
All right, so just let me backtrack a little bit. So we are supposed to do this last week, the
Yeah.
predictions, and I kind of wanted to do it that way just so we can kind of predict the wild card winners. So
Mm.
I did not have the Phillies getting into the postseason, bro. Actually, I was pulling for the Brewers.
Yeah, you were since
So
last
yeah,
time too. Okay, it's all good. It's all good.
so there goes that. So I had to plug in the Phillies, right? So I got the Phillies. I got the Phillies losing to the Cardinals in that
Me
first
too.
series.
Me too. I think the Cardinals with Arenado and Goldschmidt up front and their pitching staff, which seems to show up every year, they're just gonna
Yeah.
push them through and get them over that wild card hump. Um, so going down to San Diego and the Mets, What do you have for that?
Again, backtracking to what I said earlier. I had the Mets winning the East, bro. And so I was wrong on that. I was wrong,
bro.
I can't believe they did it, bro.
East, bro.
Did it, bro. So I
We
heard
got
this stat. I
a loyal
heard this
supporter,
stat.
bro. Well, sorry
Yeah,
about
go
that,
ahead.
but we got
No, go ahead.
a guy that's been following forever, J-Rod. He's a big Mets fan, so you know he's probably feeling it right now. But
this is the day one, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Go. What were we gonna say?
This stat really bothered me, bro. I'm pretty sure the Mets are losing sleep over this too. So they were in first place for 175 days of the year, and the Braves were in first place for 5 days.
No, bro, all year, bro.
All year, bro. All year,
bro.
That's
a gem right there, bro.
That's a shitty deal, bro. Like that's
yeah. Wow.
I mean,
it just goes to show, bro.
Those 5 days are the ones that count, you know. That's crazy,
Jeez,
bro.
bro.
So I still can't believe that happened. I know everybody's used to the Mets, you know, crumbling, collapsing, whatever, but something about this year just kind of felt different. So it's really upsetting that happened.
Well, and you know what, bro? Not to take anything away from either, bro. They're both basically 100-win teams, no? So
yeah,
they're cream of the crop teams. Yeah,
that's another thing. I wouldn't call this a collapse for the Mets because the Braves were just stupid good, right, bro. Unreal, dude. Unreal. Yeah. Like it's not like the Mets had a bad August like the Yankees did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If the Mets had the same month that the Yankees did, the Mets probably wouldn't even be in the playoffs right now. But
yeah,
it was the Braves just had a stupid good season. But anyways, to answer your question, bro, I have the Mets beating the Padres in that division.
Same here.
In that series.
Same here. So that's gonna line up for a nice matchup with the Dodgers, bro. I think that's gonna go all 5 games, bro. I think that'll go all 5 games, and I have the Mets pushing through, bro, to the CS.
Damn.
I have them eliminating the Dodgers, bro. Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I know the Dodgers are a juggernaut, bro. They're the best team in the league, but
yeah,
I just think the Mets 1-2 punch with DeGrom and Scherzer is just gonna be a little too much in a 7-game series. I think yeah.
The Braves said no to that this past weekend, bro.
It was only 3-game series. They swept them though, bro. Like,
the Mets just needed to win one. So
yeah, bro.
Did the Mets win today? So I think if the Mets did win and the Braves, what are the Braves do? So they're tied. They're tied for the division. They're tied, but the Braves own the tiebreaker because they won more head-to-head matchups.
Well, there you go.
The Mets just needed one win, bro, and they would have won the division. Like the baseball gods, bro. Like we were talking about earlier, you can't script this shit.
So I'm assuming you have the Dodgers going to the CS.
Yeah, I got the Dodgers. I got the Dodgers. Yeah, I got the Dodgers.
Okay, so bouncing up between the Cardinals and Braves, who do you have? I have the Braves going through.
Yes, sir, the Braves.
So since we have a bit of a difference right here between the Dodgers and the Braves, who do you have? Between the Mets and the Braves, I have the Braves. Because that's who would be my CS teams. Who would you have between the Dodgers and the Braves?
So I got the Dodgers. I got a Dodgers Houston rematch for the World Series.
So mine would be a Yankees Braves on some 90s shit. That's where I'm going.
Okay, some late 90s. Okay, some classic stuff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a lot of these series are gonna go to the brim, bro. They're not gonna be easy. All these teams are pretty damn stacked, bro, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to follow this.
Yeah, bro. I feel like we got a good mixture of some young teams and some veteran, grizzled teams that are just juggernauts. Mm-hmm. But so that Dodgers Houston World Series, that was that year that they cheated, right? When they won?
Yeah, 2018 or 17, bro. 17.
17.
18 who won the Red Sox?
Yeah. 18 was the Red Sox.
Yeah, 17 and then 19 was the Nats. And then the Dodgers finally did it in 2020, although that one has a little bit of an asterisk next to it just because it was a short season. Yeah.
It was a Junior World Series.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I think it's
The
gonna
Winnie
be
Hut Junior World Series.
exactly. So
Oh,
I
shit.
have the I can see that World Series going 7 games. So who do you have as your World Series winner? If you got that far.
Seven games. I have the yeah, I have the Yankees going, bro, all the way. I go 7 games though, and I honestly I really do believe it can go either way though between them and the Braves because the Braves are so deep, and I think that the Braves being there last year, they just have that extra shit to prove. But I just like, if you know me a little bit, you'll know that I like to write storylines. So
Right.
to me, it's that Judge 62 home runs and kind of like him leading them on a contract year. Like you can't write it any better than that. I think I want that to happen just so he can shove it to the Yankees, bro, and really like make them like pay or
Yeah,
make
bro.
them feel the pain of walking away because they did not want to pay the man, bro, and now he can really shove it to them.
That's a very good point, bro. That's a very good point. Make him regret not
Yeah,
not coming with the bag sooner, right?
bro, like who does that? Who rejects a contract and then has the greatest offensive season in history, in American League history, bro? Like
Yeah,
that shit, you
bro.
can't write that shit.
Like
So who do
not
you
only in
have?
baseball, but just all of sports. I don't see.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of a story like that.
Mm-mm.
But
So who do you have?
just real quick, I got the Dodgers, bro. I got the Dodgers. Kind of like what you just mentioned. The storylines. I want I want Houston. Like I hate Houston, bro, just because of the fact they cheated. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of want this is like a revenge tour for the Dodgers and just prove to them that they were the better team back then and they're still the better team. So just get that trophy where it belongs.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that, and then you can also say that for the Yankees too, bro. They probably want some revenge for 2017
That too.
because they went to 7 games. I remember, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the one where
And,
Altuve did that thing where he said, "Don't rip
that
my
was
shit."
nine. That was 19, right?
Oh
Or
yeah, so everybody's out to get the
yeah,
Astros, bro.
yeah, you're right,
Everybody's
bro.
out. That's
You're
what
right.
we're
Yeah,
trying to say. So if you're an Astros fan
exactly.
out there, there's no hate towards you. It's just it's what you did. Like it's not you,
Exactly.
bro. Yeah, but with all that said, bro, let's wrap this one up, bro. It was fun talking playoff baseball. I'm super excited. Are you excited, bro, for October?
Yeah, man. Kind of sad that another season is in the books for us, but yeah, excited for this postseason and seeing what kind of moments we have in store.
I agree, bro. Yeah, I'm sad too, bro, because the season's over, and before we know it, we're gonna be in November. We're gonna be in November,
Exactly.
and we're gonna have to wait another long winter before we get some baseball. But yeah, man, you guys will see us next week. You got this far. Thank you for kicking it. Thank you for just watching and hanging out with us. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, all that good shit. Check out our Instagram where we post every day. That's where we're most active. We also have a YouTube where we post once a day. It's a 2 to 3 minute video, 2 to 3 minute video. That one's fun. It's a little more in-depth posts, not like your Instagram ones, but yeah. And then eventually we're working on. I told you last time we're working on trying to get all this podcast on all streaming platforms. So it's easier to access and a lot more enjoyable to consume. You don't have to be on YouTube, and yeah. But you got anything you want to add, bro, before we sign off?
No, bro, just repeating what you said. Just follow us on all the platforms and just interact with us and just appreciate you guys making this part of your day.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Later.